Can you use the Straight Talk iPhone 6 with Tracfone wireless? Maybe. Today I wanted to answer a question I had from a reader, Allison, over on smartphonematters.com. Allison writes, Walmart currently has the Straight Talk branded iPhone 6 for $199. Tracfone has no more iPhones available. Can I use those iPhones to replace the BYOP iPhone 4 and 4S? I seem to remember that when we bought our daughter the iPhone 6 last fall from Tracfone.com, it had Straight Talk packaging. Will I need to replace the Straight Talk SIM with a new Tracfone SIM? My gut says buy one and try it, and then get a second, but I was hoping for better advice. The comments on Walmart.com are mostly that this can be done, but some say no. Thanks so much. All right, hey, Allison, yes, this is a good question, and I get asked this a lot. So I think your instincts in this case are correct. If you really want to do this and you're willing to take a chance, then buy one and try it, because you won't know whether it's going to work until you do that. Now, you're going to want to make sure that you understand the return policy on the phone so you'll know upfront whether or not you can get your money back if this doesn't work for you. Now, I get asked about buying these Straight Talk iPhones all the time. Many people want to buy these Straight Talk iPhones because they sell the older models at some really good prices, and they want to use them with different wireless carriers. Now, normally I tell people, no, don't do this, because I hear from so many people that buy them and then find out they can't get them to work with Verizon or Verizon prepaid or AT&T prepaid, and then they're stuck with a phone that they can't use. But in this case, Allison wants to use the Straight Talk iPhone with Tracfone wireless. Now, what's different here is that Straight Talk, as well as other brands like Total Wireless, Net10, Simple Mobile, these are all brands of Tracfone. And many times you can use the phone from one of these networks with the other. So there is a chance that this is going to work. Let's take a look at some of the other things that Allison was saying here. Now, the first thing she was saying is that Tracfone doesn't have any more iPhones. And I've noticed this lately. I still get a lot of advertisements for buying the iPhone from Tracfone. But then when you go there and you shop for a phone, you'll see they don't offer iPhones in the brand section here. I think maybe at one point they did, but now they don't. Now, Allison said the Straight Talk iPhone 6 is currently $199 at Walmart, and you can see here it is. It's also the same price on straighttalk.com. Here on straighttalk.com, if we look at the phones, you will see they have a number of different iPhones available. They have the 7 Plus, and they have the iPhone 6 here for $199. They also have the iPhone 5S for $99. They have a reconditioned iPhone 5S for $50, and they have the iPhone SE for $130. iPhone SE looks like an iPhone 5S, but it has many of the internals of the iPhone 6S. Not all of them, but many of the specs are the same. And at $130, that's a really nice price for the iPhone SE. You'll see they also have the iPhone 7. This iPhone 7 and the iPhone 7 Plus are full price, so you'd pay the same amount if you bought them directly from Apple as SIM-free phones. So these are not as good of deals. All right, now what else did Allison say? She said that she bought an iPhone 6 from Tracfone.com and it had Straight Talk packaging. Yes, that definitely could be the case. Many times they package these phones for one or more brands. So if you see here in this screenshot in this video from the Tech You Out Guy channel, you'll see Dwight, he bought the iPhone SE for Total Wireless, but it's branded for both Straight Talk and Total Wireless. So definitely possible that this phone that you're looking at could work with one or more of the Tracfone brand networks. All right, now the other question you say is, will I need to replace the Straight Talk SIM with a new Tracfone SIM? You may need to. Now, in the past, I've tried to use Straight Talk SIM with Tracfone and a Net10 SIM with Straight Talk, and I've tried to use the different combinations, and it usually says that the SIM is invalid. More recently, I've had some people tell me that Tracfone SIMs work with Total Wireless, so it may be possible that the SIMs are interoperable between the networks, but I would count on needing a new SIM. They're only $1. If you were to do this, I would make sure that I had a SIM available for when you try to activate the phone. You can check out my last two videos where I talk about the Bring Your Own Smartphone SIM Activation Kit, and I'd look for the older one if you can, but check out those other videos for more details. Now, she also says that in the comments over on Walmart.com, some people say this will work and some people say it won't. That's probably definitely the case. People might even be having a different experience. Whenever you look at the Q&A for one of these phones over on Walmart.com, Common questions are, which towers does this phone use? Because they don't make it clear whether or not the phone is going to use the AT&T or Verizon towers. If you're unfamiliar with Straight Talk or Tracfone, you have a choice of which towers it uses, and most people either use the AT&T or Verizon towers, but when they sell these phones, sometimes they're meant to run on one set of towers and not the other. If we're looking through the comments here, somebody was asking if the phone will work with Total Wireless. One person is saying, I bought this phone and it's GSM unlocked for AT&T. Another person is saying that this phone will work. There's a lot of answers in the comments over there. I don't know how much you can trust them. Some of them are probably from people that bought the phone and did it. Others are from people that just decided they wanted to answer the question for you. There will be a lot of different answers in the comments, and I believe that in many cases, some people got it to work and some people didn't. All right, hey, let's talk a little bit about what you would need to do to activate this phone. On Tracfone.com, after you got the phone, you'd have to activate it. Now, you'd come here to activate the phone, and then you're going to have a choice whether you want to activate a Tracfone or you're going to do bring your own phone. So if you say, I have a Tracfone phone, now you're going to need to enter the IMEI or the MEID, that's the serial number of the phone, and see if the phone is eligible. If it is, then you would be able to complete the activation. Now, in your case, the activation would be transferring your service from your current phone to the new phone. And when you choose to transfer your phone number, Tracfone will realize that you're already a Tracfone customer, and then they'll offer you that option. Now, you didn't say which Tracfone network you're currently using and which one you'd like to use with the new phone. So you may want to give some thought about that. And the other thing that may not be clear too with this new smartphone is whether or not it will be eligible for double minutes or triple minutes if you are on one of those plans currently. All right, now the other option here is to say you're bringing your own smartphone. And then at this point, you'd need to enter your Tracfone SIM card number. So you could try using the Straight Talk SIM card that's in the box and see if that is eligible or will work. Otherwise, you'll need to get a SIM card here. And when you do that, you'll have the choice to which towers you want to use. Now, most people either choose the AT&T towers or the Verizon towers. If you choose the AT&T towers, then you just tell them your zip code and they're going to take you to a page where you can order the SIM. But if you choose the Verizon compatible towers, you're going to need to enter the IMEI or MEID of your phone. Again, that's the serial number to see if it's eligible to be used on Tracfone. If it is, then you'll have the option to order the SIM. If it isn't, then, well, you'd have to return the phone because you're not going to be able to activate it on Tracfone. You should be able to find the IMEI or MEID printed on the box of the phone. So in theory, you could check this without ever unwrapping the shrink wrap from the phone. But maybe about a half dozen people told me in the past that they tried to activate iPhones using the IMEI number printed on the box and that there was a digit missing, and it would say that the phone was ineligible until they opened the phone and then found the IMEI on the phone, and then it was eligible. All right, so best advice, Allison, is if you really want to do this, buy one and try it. It might not work. Make sure you understand the return policy of the phone. Now, for anybody else watching the video, I want to make it really clear. I'm talking about using a Straight Talk iPhone with Tracfone. Straight Talk is a Tracfone brand. If you're thinking about buying one of these phones to use it with a different prepaid wireless carrier, it's probably not going to work. I don't recommend you do it. Now, one last thing I wanted to say is that it's September 8th, and on September 12th, Apple is supposed to have an announcement for new products. Most people are expecting them to roll out 3 new iPhone models. It could be possible that the prices on these older model of iPhones will go down after the new models are announced. So you may want to consider waiting until you see what is announced on September 12th. All right, guys. Hey, I think that's going to be it, and I will talk to you next time.